So upon popular request, I checked out the first episode of Too Many Loser Heroines, which is more or less a show about an MC loves his light novels, loves his anime manga type character, and knows the tropes and cliches quite well. But what if a guy like that, who's like always probably daydreaming about what would happen if I was like the MC where I had all these beautiful girls, or, just all the things falling in his lap in the typical way, but he's surrounded by people who just fail miserably at their pursuit of love. And the first character we get introduced to, Anna, God help her, she is a train wreck to watch. And it's actually a funny idea for a premise. And obviously, who will end up liking who by the end. You can add in some romance, some drama there. But the biggest surprise, in my opinion, was actually the production of this episode. Because it is movie level. And I don't think that's an exaggeration. I don't think many people will probably debate that. Not saying universally everyone will agree, because universally no one agrees about anything. But I think when you very quickly, you'll walk into this episode and you'll say, that looks like, honestly for me, it was giving me some Shinkai feels. I'm not going to lie. I was like, this actually feels like a movie. And the more I watched of this first episode, the more I was like, this is probably the best produced first episode of this summer anime season. And that's not saying other shows haven't been good, because they have. They've been very good. But the fact that when you can have background characters, and like legit background characters, people we may never know the names of, or will just be there to fill, they're moving as fluidly as every single character. Like, it's harder for a show without action to pop out visually, in terms of really being like, oh, that's a Sakuga fest. But this show did exactly that, and yeah, I would recommend the first episode if you like a funny twist on a school formula that you think you know what to expect. Now, of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively. Now, I don't know if I'll talk about this one weekly. This will be a testing the waters video. I know this aired on Saturday, I believe, so we'll see. I'm going to put this out there. This is not a guaranteed. This could just be a first impression, and then sayonara, see you later. So let me know if you want more. If you make this video do well, we might test an episode 2, but no promises. So, the thing I actually really appreciate is at no point in this episode was I was like, damn, this is boring. Like, it was very snappy, it was very witty, and it's like the show at face value, and I think what these girls seemingly think the show is, like from their point of view, is this super serious, like, romance light novel, where things are like, the main girl here is basically talking about how, is he cheating? Is he cheating on me? Because this childhood friend, it's childhood friend versus homewrecker. Like, that's basically the plot of this episode. And we have a girl who basically for 12 years has been working up, trying to build this romance into more and more. And some, new transfer student can like steal this man within 3 months. And, I will give her credit. By the end of the episode, she did realize that it was over and, like, there was no repairing that. But it's just kind of hilarious to watch because from her point of view, like, and as our MC says, like, it's like we're speed running, like, these tropes and cliches. Like, it's like what he's looking at and he's like, bruh, I'm just going to go back to my... Now, at one point, he does sniff his illustration page in his light novel, and it's like, my boy, don't do that. But then when you see, like, one of the first things you see in this first episode is that indirect kiss scene, and it's perfect, because there's, like, this very crumpled up, like, chewed on straw, and she's slurping that thing back, because that's about all she can get, and the fact that she notices our boy looking and just spits it, it sold me in that moment, I'll be 100%. And just over the course of it, and, like, the little gimmicks they have, like, the idea that, she's trying to pay off something, so every day now he'll buy lunch off her, and he'll give an arbitrary price. Like, okay, this is worth this amount because you just bought it from a convenience store. Sure, you gave me a couple extra things, maybe 300 yen. And, like, there's so many little things that I think this show can do, because rather than it being, like, a straight-up parody of these types of shows, it more feels like what happens when someone understands the tropes, and it's like you're deviating away from expectations in these funny ways, and you can just have almost slapstick comedy while seemingly actually building characterization and, actual relationship progression. I really don't know a whole lot about the show. I didn't know a whole lot walking in, other than people were saying it was movie level quality, and I completely agree with that sentiment. and that what the name was. So I just assumed there'd be a lot of girls who probably would lose, and that kind of sounds entertaining. And it's just like, the more you watch it, the more like it just does it. Like, I started watching seasonal anime religiously in 2013, right? You know, dabbled in anime before that, but religiously 2013. I think it was the winter of 2013 season. It was in that area anyway. And I feel like this is a show that I would have discovered in 2014 in that area. Because this type of show, it's like, you get a lot of school stuff, you do get a lot of funny school stuff, but there is something about the vibe that it feels like from a decade ago, and I love that. Like, visually, it looks modern, but the feel of it feels like something from 10 years ago, and it's like, I don't know how old the source material is or anything, but like, this is just, it's a return to form might be the best way to put it. It feels like a return to like peak school form of stuff that just is like, damn, this is the farthest thing from a boring, dry school romance series that you could think of. It does seem like this is going to be the anime season of Little Sisters. Little Sisters be coming out of the woodworks this anime season, whether there's this show or plenty of the other ones out there. But it's kind of funny seeing her. She makes a remark on this episode about how, like, I'm usually in here, but you don't notice. And I'm like, my boy was huffing a light novel page like he had a pair of panties in his face in the middle of a restaurant. I really hope he's not doing too many things in his bedroom alone, because he's probably not alone and his little sister has to see and hear it. Just funny stuff. It was different than I was expecting. Like, parts of it kind of feel like what I was expecting, but then it's just like, it's one of those shows that if I was to be asked to write a single comment, like if someone like, hey, why should I watch this? I can't give a singular comment on why. The whole episode is just so fresh and different. The animation is crisp as hell. The art direction sharp as hell. Constantly characters are moved. Like, there's no stiffness to the animation. I don't know if the quality can be kept up. I know literally nothing about the production side of the show, but if anything, I can give a round of applause, deservingly so, to say this was probably my pick for best produced episode of this season. It's like, at least for the first episode, right? Incredible stuff. Like I said, no idea if this will be a one-time first impressions or not. I'm not gonna make insane expectations because I know I am doing this after it initially aired, but I can get a vibe usually, even if it's been a couple of days after something airs, if it's gonna be popular enough for my channel. So let me know. Let me know if you want to see more, and also what you thought of this episode, because definitely one of the surprises of the season for sure. Let me know down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're around here, of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, we have those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alrighty, so today we have Anne, B. Monkeith, Brittany Henquitz, Todd A. Goldwaite, One Piece Man, and we also have Nicholas Wellhelm. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.